Erev Tov, good evening, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat is the place that we are gathered to be with one another, to remind ourselves of our best selves, to connect with our friends and with our family and with ourselves. Shabbat is the place where we are at now. As we join together on page 11, at the bottom of the page, Ki Eshmera Shabbat. When I keep Shabbat, God watches over me. And God does, as we're all together. Page 11.
Ki eshmera Shabbat el yishmereini. Ki eshmera Shabbat el yishmereini. Oti leol me'ad beino ubeini. Oti leol me'ad beino ubeini. Ki eshmera Shabbat el yishmereini. Ki eshmera Shabbat el yishmereini.
Let's turn back in our prayer books to pages 2 and 3 and rise for the blessing of our Sabbath lights. We'll be led in that blessing by Rosalind Lieberman. Pages 2 and 3.
O source of light and truth, creator of the eternal law of goodness, help us to find knowledge by which to live. Lead us to take the words we shall speak into our hearts and our lives. Bless all who enter this sanctuary in need, all who bring the offering of their hearts. May our worship lead us to acts of kindness, peace, and love. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadli ner shel Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the lights of Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Let's remain standing as we're able and turn to page 20. As we join in Lecha Dodi, welcoming Shabbat like a bride, like a queen, remembering to turn and welcome Shabbat into our lives on the last verse. Lecha Dodi, page 20, verses 1 to 5 and 9.
Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. 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 Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad, ishmi'anu el ha-meyuchad. Adonai echad u'shemo echad, l'shem u'letiferet ve'litehila. Lecha Dodi Lecha dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, Ki makor haberacha, Mehirosh mikerem nesucha, So ma'aseh b'machshavat chila. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. Hitoreri, Kiva orech kumiori, Uri shirdabeiri, Kevod Adonai alayik nigla. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. Boi v'shalom, Ateret pala, Gam besimcha uvetzola, Toch emunei am segula, Boi chala. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nekabela.
As we welcome Shabbat, we're mindful of those in our community who are here. Everybody comes for different reasons, but those who come especially tonight because they have suffered a loss, because they are in pain, because they need to be with their friends and their spiritual family to feel sustained. And so we reach out to them and share with them how much we love them and support them. And in this moment, we recognize the fact that at any given Shabbat Friday night service, we don't know who will be here. We cannot anticipate who will be here. And we look around the sanctuary and we see familiar faces and we see new faces and faces we may have seen last week and faces we haven't seen in a while. So now that we've welcomed Shabbat into our lives, let's take a moment to turn to the people around us and welcome each other. Wish each other a Shabbat Shalom. Smile. Share something wonderful that happened in the week. And make a point of reaching out to someone you've never seen before. A reminder to us that joy is as radical an act as Shabbat is as well. Our service continues with Chatzi Kaddish on page 145. Page 145.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה.
Amen.
בעלמא תברח חירותי וימליך מלכותי בחיי חון וביומי חון ובחיי כל בית ישראל בעגלה בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך לעולם ולעלמי עלמיה יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דאמירן מעלמא ואמרו אמן.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidbaro ma'ariv aravim v'chochma poteach sha'arim v'tvuna mishane itim u'machalif et hazmanim u'misader et hakochavim b'mishmerotehem barakia kirtzono borei yom v'layla golel or mipnei choshech v'choshech mipnei or Ma'avir yom mibi laila, ma'avdil ben yom ben laila, Adonai Tzebaot Shemo, El Chai B'Kayam Tamid Yimloch Aleinu Leolam Va'ed, Baruch Atah Adonai, Ha'ma'ariv Aravim. In each age we receive and transmit Torah. At each moment we are addressed by the world.
In each age we are challenged by our ancient teaching. At each moment we stand face to face with truth.
In each age we add our wisdom to that which has gone before. At each moment the knowing heart is filled with wonder.
In each age the children of Torah become its builders and seek to set the world firm on a foundation of truth.
Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
Middle of 151. We worship the power that unites the universe, the promise of harmony for all.
Yet that oneness eludes our grasp, as imperfection and evil abound.
Before our eyes there is a vision of perfection, order, and goodness.
There is evil enough to break the heart, and there is good enough to exalt the soul.
When will redemption come?
When we grant everyone what we claim for ourselves.
Long ago we escaped the tyranny of Egypt. Our people saw the power of the Most High.
We learn God's presence redeems time and event.
So we celebrate this power that makes for freedom.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot osei fele, nora tehilot osei fele, malachutecha ra'u vanecha בוקי הים לפני משה ומרים, זה אלי אנו ויאמרו, אדוני ימלוך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל ישראל.
Give us a place to rest, O God. Shelter us in the long, soft evening shadows of your truth. You are true protection and safety. In your presence, we find love and acceptance. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours. Baruch atah Adonai, hapores sukat shalom aleinu, v'al kol amo Yisrael, v'al Yerushalayim.
ישמחו במלכותך שומרי שבת, ישמחו במלכותך שומרי שבת, וקורא עונג וקורא עונג, ישמחו במלכותך שומרי שבת. המקרשי, מקרשי שביעי, כולם יספעו ויתענגו מטובך, ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי שבת. וקורא עונג וקורא עונג, ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי שבת. והשביעי רצית בו וקידשתו, חמדת ימים אותו קראת, זכר למעשה וראשית. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי שבת. וקורא עונג וקורא עונג, ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי שבת.
We rise now for the Amidah, Danai Sfataya on 155, Avot V'Imahot on the following page.
Gift is life, who quickens those who have forgotten how to live, having implanted within us an eternal spirit.
We pray for winds to disperse the air of sadness, for rains to make parched hopes rise again.
We pray for love to encompass us for no reason save that we are human, that we may blossom into persons who have gained power over our own lives.
We pray to stand upright, we fall, to be healed, we sufferers. We pray to break the bonds that keep us from the world of beauty. We pray to be open to our own true selves. We pray that we may walk in a garden of purpose, in touch with the power of the world.
Praise be to God, whose gift is life, whose cleansing rains let parched men and women rise again.
Baruch atah Adonai, mechayeh hakol.
You are holy, your name is holy. Those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God.
Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh.
Please be seated. When we read our Torah portion this week, we read about blessings and curses. And we are reminded in our Torah portion that we only have so much control over our own lives and the lives around us. That while we have control over our choices, we turn to the rest of the world, the rest of God's creation, and all we can do is wonder. And all we can do is embrace what comes to us, blessing and curse alike. And so we thank God for the blessings of health and family and friends, the blessings of nature, the blessings of loving community. And we are mindful of the curses of calamity. And we stand in awe of nature and all of its power, knowing that we are unable to stand against the storm. We take time in this service, therefore, to think of those who are in need of healing and wholeness, to think of those communities that stand now in the face of wind and rain and fire, those who we know are in need of God's help, God's peace, God's salvation. If there is a name of someone you are thinking of this evening who's in need of refuah, who's in need of shlemut, who's in need of healing, who's in need of wholeness, and you wish to share that person's name out loud, I invite you to do so as my eyes scan around the room.
Keith Freckalosi, Donna Freckalosi.
For all those we mention out loud, for all those we mention in our hearts, together we pray. You can find the prayer we are reciting on the back inside cover of your Siddur as we join together, reminded of God's power as we say, hear our prayer and bless us as well.
Sheberach Avotenu, Avraham, Yitzchak, veYaakov. Mi sheberach Imotenu, Sarah, Rivka, Leah, veRachel. May the one who blessed our mothers, the one who blessed our fathers, hear our prayer.
Hear our prayer.
Hear our prayer. Hear our prayer. Hear our prayer. And bless us as well. Bless us with the power of your healing. Bless us with the power of your hope. May our hearts be filled with understanding and strengthened by the power of your love. Bless us with a vision for tomorrow. Help us to reach out to those in pain. May the warmth of friendship ease our sorrow. Give us courage, give us faith, show us the way. Mi sheberach Avotenu, mi sheberach Imotenu. Hear our prayer. Hear our prayer. Hear our prayer. Hear our prayer. And bless 167. Page 164, my apologies. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. V'tov be'einecha levarech et amcha Yisrael bechol eid ubechol sha'a bishlomecha. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Tasim leolam. Tasim leolam. Baruch atah Adonai hamevarech et amo Yisrael bashalom.
Let's rise now together for Kiddush. And if there are kids in the congregation who would like to come up onto the bima, they're welcome to do so. No one's going to be made to do so, but they're welcome to. Susan Detweiler, chair of our Adult Learning Committee, will be leading us in the English of the blessing. And we know how important adult learning is in this congregation and how many people participate in adult learning, all the exciting programming we have going on. Hopefully you saw the flyer recently with all the stuff that we've got this fall and this spring, and hope you will join us for that. Page 5 for the Hebrew of Kiddush.
Let us praise God with the symbol of joy and give thanks for the blessings of the past week, for life and strength, for home and love and friendship, for the discipline of our trials and temptation, for the happiness that has come to us out of our labors. You have ennobled us, O God, by the blessings of work, and in love have sanctified us by Sabbath rest and worship, as ordained in the Torah. 6 days shall you labor and do all your work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath, to be hallowed unto the Eternal, your God.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu b'shabbat kodsho b'ahava uvratzon hinachilanu zikaron lemaaseh bereishit ki hu yom techila lemikra'ei kodesh zecher litziat Mitzrayim ki vanu macharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol hamim ve'shabbat koshecha ve'ahava u'bratzon inchaltanu Baruch Ata Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. Amen. L'chaim.
Chaim. Stretch our hands out over our children wherever they may be and say over them, may God bless you
May God bless
and
you
protect you.
and protect
May
you.
God's light shine in you and inspire you. May God's countenance ever be turned toward you and bless you with shalom, with peace. Amen.
Shabbat Shalom.
So, I have a confession to make. If you want to set me off, well, there's a lot of things you could do. I'm pretty easy to set me off. But if you want to set me off, say at some point, well, Rabbi, I'm just a volunteer. Seriously. Seriously, I heard somebody say that once early in my career, and my head exploded. I could think of nothing so upsetting or demeaning than that word just in that sentence. I'm just a volunteer. As if helping set out the chairs at dinner, or handing out the pamphlets at services, or putting a brochure together, or making a phone call, or sending a card to a congregant, or visiting them in the hospital, or lighting the candles, wasn't somehow the lifeblood of this place, or any sacred place. To say I'm just a volunteer is to say that somehow who I am and what I do is unimportant and unessential. And what we know about being a part of a Kehillah Kadoshah, words you're going to hear again momentarily, about being a sacred congregation, is everyone is essential. Everyone is important. Everyone is valued. And that if one person feels somehow that their capacity, that their worth, that their function in the congregation is minimal or not impactful, that what they do is not appreciated, then in some way the congregation has failed. Volunteers make congregations happen. I don't care if they're 50 family congregations out in the Midwest somewhere, or they're 5,000 family congregations in the big city, or everything in between. We rely on those who, out of their own choice, out of their own willingness to serve, have heard a call, and that call has told them that they need to be in a synagogue and they need to do for others within the synagogue. And that's powerful, and that's sacred. And there are those who volunteer, and I'm looking at the past board members and the past presidents in the congregation who get this maybe more than others. There are those who volunteer who they go above and beyond, and they choose to take on a 1 or a 2 year or a multi-year, sometimes a dozen or 2 dozen year commitment to not just, there's that word just again, not do one thing or another thing, and not do what they're most comfortable at or most familiar with, but to stretch themselves for the sake of the congregation, for the sake of others, who find themselves here night after night, who find themselves having challenging conversations, sometimes difficult conversations, about what our values are and how we express those values, how we express them in our culture, in our worship, with our money, how we spend that money, who do it out of love and appreciation. And I will tell you, in this congregation, the people I am talking about who serve as your board, and I see this, I'm sure this happens in other congregations, but I can only reflect on this one. The people who serve on the board here do it not for accolade, not to be celebrated, not for ego, not to be told, not to be able to say, I did that. Half of the time, I have to drag them onto this bima, kicking and screaming in order to celebrate them. And you know who you are. No names. They do it because they love this place. They do it because this place is important. They do it to give back. They do it because they get that the work is sacred. Sometimes it's related to what they do in their professional life. And we're going to talk about our 3 newest board members. In the case of Sandy McBride, who used to be a teacher here, and who is a teacher and an educator herself, with an advanced degree in education, and who is stepping on as our religious school committee chair. This is woven into who you are as a parent, as a former teacher here, and as a teacher in your life. Of course you would help this congregation educate its children and its parents better. For some, it is a new challenge and a chance to answer a call that they might not have answered otherwise. And I'm looking at David Nekukar, who's our new finance chair, who, along with Dave Gertler, is not just responsible for how we handle the budget, which, as you've heard me say many a time, budgets are values statements. They're expressions of how we operate and who we are. But also now is the, in that dynamic duo, is the, shall we say, congregationally facing part of that dynamic. The one who speaks to congregants who may be having difficulty, may be challenged in their lives, may be going through a hard time, and helps them just when their instinct is to pull back, to feel embraced and loved, and to stay rather than go. And then there are those who have been doing this work for a long time, like Reva Brown, who's been an artist and a leader in our community and a liturgist in our community and has led services and has written services, and now finds herself the head of our liturgical practices committee, a committee that she's been on in its various guises for years, now doing the same work that she was doing before, but at a higher level. Not just as a participant, but as a leader. Those are 3 different models of leadership in this congregation. There's more than a dozen more that we're going to welcome up onto the beam in a moment, each one answering the call their own way from themselves for this congregation, but each one taking this congregation and everybody in it seriously. And it's something to celebrate and to applaud. And it's something that we should be proud of for the culture we create, the leadership culture we create in this congregation. So we invite forward not only our 3 newest board members, but all of our board members, our executive committee members, and our president, Kim Von Welten, to come forward. They all have statements of affirmation, or if they don't have it exactly in hand, there are extra copies on the bima. And they will be affirming their commitment to this congregation, to themselves, to each other, and to the call that they heard. We also call Rabbi Capel forward so that the clergy can share in blessing this group. We're going to ask them to read their statement of affirmation, and then we're going to turn into the ark for blessing. So anticipating that, I'm going to ask us all to rise. So you're affirming, so your statement of affirmation is a reminder to the congregation. So everybody, I'm going to ask you to turn around and read this. And Kim, you're going to lead whenever you're ready.
O God, and God of all ages, we know well that leadership is a demanding task, one that requires patience, diligence, devotion, and commitment. May you give us strength to rise up to this awesome challenge. May we, the leaders of Congregation Beth Emeth, be inspired by the knowledge of your presence in our lives. May we be inspired with the spirit of wisdom and understanding. May we be inspired to act equitably, caringly, and compassionately, so that we may help to fashion a Kehillah Kadoshah, a true holy congregation. May we, through our knowledge of Torah and love for our people, do all that we can to enhance Jewish life in our community. May the words of our mouths and the dedications of our hearts be the works of our hands, be forever a source of blessing, O God. Amen.
Let us say amen.
Amen.
We ask for our board to turn back inward toward our sacred ark, which we will open at this time, so that they may receive blessing before our Sifrei Torah, our Torah scrolls. Come on in, thank you for all this.
May God bless you and watch over you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
May God's light shine in you, shine upon you, inspire you, and be gracious to you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha
May God's face lift up to you and lift you up. May God smile on you and place in your life and help you bring to others peace and wholeness that we call shalom.
And let us say, amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehecheyanu v'kiyamanu v'higiyanu b'zman hazeh.
Thank you for all of the work that you have done and the work that you're going to do. We know this is going to be a wonderful year. We invite you to return to your families back in the congregation. We will remain standing, however, as we turn back to our prayer books to page 282.
Page 282 for Elena LeChavert.
On page 288. Page 288. When I die, give what's left of me away to children and old men that wait to die. And if you need to cry, cry for your brother walking the street beside you. And when you need me, put your arms around anyone and give them what you need to give me. I want to leave you something better than words or sounds. Look for me in the people I've known or loved, and if you cannot give me away, at least let me live in your eyes and not in your mind. You can love me best by letting hands touch hands and by letting go of children that need to be free. Love doesn't die. People do. So when all that's left of me is love, give me away. If you are in the first 30 days of your mourning, I invite you to rise at this time. And if you are in the first year of your mourning, I invite you to rise. If on this Shabbat you observe a yard site, the anniversary of a loved one's passing, I invite you to rise. And if it is your custom to rise to remember those whom only we can remember, I invite you to do so as we turn to page 294. Page 294 and join in Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yit kadash shemei rabbah, v'alma divrach hirutei v'amlich malchutei, b'chayechon uvyomechon, v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shemei rabbah mevarach le'olam olamei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, V'yet hadar, v'yet aleh, v'yet halal, shemed kudisha barichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, da'amiran bi'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shalama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, v'yaseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. We think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. Remember Aaron Silverman, Norman Weiner, Verna Schenker, Harry Bander, Phyllis Bowman, Harvey Brown, Alvin Kaplan, Samuel Charon, Harry Epstein, Eva Israelson, Samuel Fink, William Flippen, Michael Friedman, Helene Haltonnorth, Morris Herson, Herman Kirkheimer, Eda Nepler, David Aaron Krafso, Esther Mazurs, Phyllis Mendelson, Nathan Miller, Ann Obstbaum, Olga Schenker, Nancy Strauss, Ethel Tabachnik, Beatrice Wilner, Zelda Wurtzel, Nettie Yanoff. As one congregation, we also remember Staff Sergeant Emil Riviera Lopez, who died serving his country this week. And I would ask, if you have a name to add of one you are remembering and wish to share that name out loud, feel free to do so as my eyes meet yours. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be a blessing as we say, Amen. Mazal Tov and Bahatzlacha once again to our new board, both our newest members and our longtime members of the board who are serving with love and with diligence each and every day, and we thank you for that service. The work that you do is reflected in all that we have to offer in this congregation, all that we do, all that we strive to do, and you can find all of that in your Sabbath Lights in the gold pamphlet you were handed on your way in. So if you are looking for a way to participate, whether it's adult ed or reaching out to members of the congregation who are in need, teaching our children, helping support our youth group, lots of stuff going on, sisterhood, brotherhood, all kinds of exciting stuff. So I encourage you to take a look in your Sabbath Lights and find your place here. Two things I will call attention to in particular. This Wednesday, I'm teaching a class on loving rebuke in anticipation of the high holidays. We are supposed to forgive people and ask for forgiveness at the high holidays, but you can't forgive until you've called attention to what was done wrong. So we're going to have a chance to look at the sacred texts around that. That's this Wednesday. And this Saturday, not tomorrow, but the following Saturday, we have our Slichot concert with Hannah Rothman. Very excited for that. Longtime musician and song leader and educator who's going to be with us, followed by our Slichot service and Havdalah, and of course our chance to change over our Torah mantles. And again, you can find more information about that on the website and in your Sabbath Lights. Lots else going on in the congregation. I hope you will come and participate. For those who are new and who are guests in the congregation, welcome. It's great to have you here. If you haven't introduced yourself to somebody wearing a gold badge, please do so. And for those of you who are wearing gold pins, that would be all of our board members. If you see an unfamiliar face, make sure to go up, welcome new people, make sure that you feel like you are a part of this sacred community, which you are. One final reminder, this Friday and also this Sunday, in response to Hurricane Harvey, which seems like so long ago, it was last week, we're collecting gift cards, an effort created by Rabbi Capel. We're also just collecting straight-up tzedakah. So if you don't want to buy a gift card, there's a tzedakah box in the front. If you bought a gift card, there's going to be a basket for them at Oneg and also out on Sunday morning. So if you want to come and drop those off so we can get them to where they're going to go, that would be great. And it looks like Cantor's got an announcement as well.
Also, for those who would like to join with the High Holy Day Choir this year, one more time, we will be rehearsing on Monday at 7:30 in the evening for the choir itself. The band will start at 7, and I would love to see as many of you as we could be there.
Let's conclude as we began, joining together in song. We'll join together on page 321, page 321, with the singing of Adon Olam, and finally the sound of the shofar. Let's all rise, page 321.
Adon Olam asher malach beterem kol yetzir nivra le'ein nasa bechefso kol azai melech shemo nikra azai melech shemo nikra ve'acharei kiklot hakol levado yimloch nora והוא היה, והוא הווה, והוא יהיה בתפארה, והוא יהיה בתפארה, והוא אחד ואין שני, להמשילו, להכבירה, בלי ראשית, בלי תכלית, ולא העוז והמשרה, ולא העוז והמשרה, והוא אלי וחי גואלי, בצור חבלי ביצרה, והוא ניסי ומנוס לי, מנת כוסי ביום מקרא, מנת כוסי ביום מקרא, בידו אבקיד רוחי, בעת ישן ויעירה, ועם רוחי גבייתי, אדוני לי ולא אירא, אדוני לי ולא אירא.
Anticipate Rosh Hashanah by saying, hope in God, be strong and of good courage, a hope in God.
Tekiah.
Thanks to Rob Napper for being our Baal Tekiah. Let's join in Hamotzi, and then let's join each other for Oner.
Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together, as our prayer is joyfully said. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.